Shalom, shalom, Israel. I'm going to be your teacher tonight. My name is Alachaabar, and to the left, my good buddy,
Kwatazar.
Yes, so tonight, we won't be long. We won't be long. But we want to talk to you about what is love. You know, a lot of people got different definitions of what love is. You know, we got the worldly way, what they say is love, and we already know they love everything, the whole world, everything in it. They love the homeless. They love everything. They love the pedophiles. They love the rapists. Cause hey, you know what? If you love everybody and everything, that's who you saying you love too. You know, but is that the correct way? Is that the biblical way? So we want to get the biblical way on how to love. What is real love? So let's go to 1 John chapter 5 and verse 2. We're going to start there first. 1 John chapter 5 and verse 2.
1 John chapter 5, verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God.
So this is how we know we love the children of God. One may ask, you know, how to love children. You know, what's the proper way to love children? Well, I know for one, you don't lie to children. You know, we grow up being lied to. We grow up saying, our parents and our uncles, our cousins, our aunties or whatever, they may be like, hey, you know what? Santa Claus is real. And he going to come down the chimney, you know, and give you some cookies and milk and some presents and all this. And that's not love, because now we got a false way. We got a false idea of what right is and what wrong is. You know, now we got like something we got to break. We got to come out of. So why teach a kid lies? That's the wrong way, you know, saying that, hey, you know, the Easter bunny is going to come lay some eggs, you know, in your room. Like, bunnies don't even lay eggs, you know.
Right.
And you know, and what does that got to do with the Holy Bible? You know what I'm saying? So we got to tell the truth. Tell the truth to your kids because, again, what that say? 1 John chapter 5, verse 2?
By this we know that we love the children of God.
When what?
When we love God and keep his commandments.
And keep his commandments. That's how to love God. He said when you love God and keep his commandments, that's how you love the children of God. You know, so for one, you need to know what the commandments is. When people start to read the Bible and, you know, get into all the deeps of Daniel and the deeps of Revelation and the depths of all these, you know, Ezekiel and Jeremiah, first, let's learn ABCs things. ABCs. That's the first 5 books of the Bible. You know, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. You want to get that down first, so you learn not to get in trouble. You know, because you know you start to learn all the Bible, and you getting in trouble. You falling. You're not being successful because you're not even applying the commandments. That's the first step. That's the first step in really, you know, getting the relationship with the Most High God. You know, you want to pray and everything. You want to have a good personal relationship with him. But number one, you want to keep his commandments. So let's read verse 3.
Verse 3, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
Woo, now that's real plain. This is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. His commandments is not done away with. That's a lie of Satan. That's how he keep you from connecting to your power. You see, that's why we got all these church houses on all the corners saying the laws is done away with. Now you can do whatever you want to do, but they pick and choose. One of the main things they pick is, you can't you can't be an adulteress to my wife. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my wife, you know. Yeah, they want to protect that. But everything else, you can eat pork. You can celebrate whatever you want to celebrate. Even though it's paganism, you can do it. Because they say, because Christ came. Now, that's wicked. That's so wicked. You know, why would Christ do away with the law and he kept the laws? It don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? The only thing he done away with was the sacrificial law, sacrificing himself. He didn't do away with the moral laws, the civil laws, the dietarial laws, nor the ceremonial laws. Because we still got to celebrate. We still want to turn up in righteousness, right? You know, but that's what they replaced. They replaced Easter with Passover. They replaced dedications, the Feast of Dedications with Christmas. You see, and that's wicked. That's wicked, 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 wicked. You can't replace the laws of God for these man-made pagan days. It's not right. That's wicked. If you a person of God, then you need to be keeping His commandments straight up. Let me get 1 John 4 and 16. Was that all that?
Still more.
Oh, go ahead. Finish reading that.
For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
And it's not grievous. See, a lot of people think it's real hard to keep the commandments, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not real hard to keep the commandments. It's just you got to, change get all that sinful. You got to purge all that sin out of you. You know what I'm saying? So it can be easy, and it be like second nature. But you need to do that so the Lord can know you. He can accept you. Because if you want to be accepted by the Most High, then you need to keep his commandments. You don't want him coming in that day saying, I never knew you, depart from me. But Lord, didn't I do great works in your name and cast out devils and teach people on the streets? But I never knew you. Because you was just doing it for man's sake. You was doing it for man. You was doing it to look good. You was doing it to say, oh yeah, I got a group. I got a group of soldiers and that love me and stuff like that. You want to do it because, man, you want this kingdom. You want to be right. You want to be righteous. That's the reasons why you want to do it. You can't be fearful of what people going to say and how they going to look at you, because your family going to come against you when you start loving the right way. You know what I'm saying? They going to come against you. So let's get 1 John 4:16.
1 John chapter 4, verse 16. And we have known and believed the love that God had to us. God is love, and he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in God, and God in him.
Yes, there you go. You see, it's all combined. So get verse 17.
Verse 17, herein is our love made perfect.
So this is how you make your love perfect. When you love the Most High. When you love the Most High, man, and doing so, you loving your brethren. You loving the children of Israel. And then you're going to be blameless. This is the way, this is how you be blameless, man. You just having that, and having that charity also. This is how you be perfect. Go ahead.
That we may have boldness in the day of judgment, because as he is, so are we in this world.
That's how we got to live in this world. We got to go against the grain. So when the Most High come back, we like, yeah, all praises. We made it. We about to get out of here. You got to have that lively faith, that lively hope. But if you ain't keeping the commandments, and back in your head, even though you like, oh, the commandments is done away, I can do whatever, it's, a lot of people know that's a lie. It's like you got to lie to yourself, you got to lie to yourself and like, well, I hope. Man, you might as well do all you can do right now, because this world is coming to an end as we speak. Everything is crashing, and you want to get in this, you want to get in this bond of salvation before it's too late, because there's going to be a time when it's going to be too late. Let me get verse 18 also.
There is no fear in love.
Ain't no fear in love. So you shouldn't be fearing your parents or your aunties or your uncles and what they going to say for walking the right walk. You can't be fearing them. You got to do the right thing. You got to fear the Most High. You got to be like, you know what? Man, I fear not man that can destroy body, but I fear the Most High that can destroy body and soul, because he's the one that can take you out, period. And he can take you out anytime. So, man, let's fear the Most High, Go ahead.
But perfect love casteth out fear.
So perfect love gonna cast out fear. When you really like, you know what? I'm down with keeping these commandments. I'm about these commandments. I'm about the love of the Most High. Then you ain't gonna have no fear, because you protected. Most High got you. He's covering you. He's holding you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be straight. You can walk down the street and not get hit with a bullet. You can walk down the gangbanging street and not get beat up. You know what I'm saying? You can do all kinds of things, and, man, you will, trust me, you will get through. Just love the Most High and keep his commandments. Finish reading that.
Because fear hath torment, he that feareth is not made perfect in love.
So, yeah, if you fearing, then there's a problem, because you're really not loving. It's something in your walk that's not correct. You need to correct that. Because trust me, if you keeping the commandments, you doing all you can do, then you, man, y'all gonna have a certain strength about you, man. You ain't gonna have to worry about nothing. You know, of course, we're gonna still have to live in the world and worry about some things. You know, you gotta be, you don't want to be a fool. You want to be careful. You know, you don't want to just put yourself out there. But the Most High got you. He got you. Let's see what Christ said. Let's get John 14 and 15. St. John 14 and 15. Let's see what he said about love, how to love. Because Christ said it out of his own mouth. Real simple. This is the way. Okay, go ahead.
John chapter 14, verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
There it is. If you love me, real simple. If you love me, keep my commandments. That's the way into the holy gates, into the tree of life. Let me get Matthew 5 and 10. Because when you start loving them, you're going to get hated on. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come down on you. You know, you're going to start getting tested. You're going to be like, why is all this happening to me? Shouldn't this be easy? Because I'm doing right. Shouldn't everything just be easy for me? But then no, because now you broke that grip. You broke that tie with Satan. So now Satan lost. He lost one. And he's trying to get that back. The people that's not keeping his commandments, then guess what? A lot of times they come up in the world. They got good cars. They got a nice house. They got money. They're like, man, you got to get it, homie. Don't you want this money? This is how you get it. They be living good, living large, so they say. You know what I'm saying? But because Satan ain't worried about them. So Satan said, I give you all this. If you worship me like he told Christ. All this I give you if you worship me. You know, if you just listen to me. If you can forsake the commandments, basically. Because you ain't got to literally get down and, hell, Satan, I worship. No. You know, all you got to do is just say the commandments. I ain't keeping the commandments. I'm keeping my own way. I'm doing me. You know, that's you saying, okay, I'm doing Satan. I'm going to get blessed. I'm going to get blessed by Satan. And you see how they are, you know. But, you know, you can also be blessed by the Most High and be very successful, but you got to go through that trial, you know. Let's get that. Matthew, what did I say? Matthew 10 and 5. No, 5 and 10.
The book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 10. Mm-hmm. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake,
right?
For there is the kingdom of heaven.
So the Most High said, blessed are you when you be persecuted for righteousness' sake. Now, righteousness, let's get that real quick. Deuteronomy 6 and 25. Yes, Deuteronomy 6 and 25. Let me just hold that. Let's just see what's righteous. Because he says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Now, we can't be on our own self-righteousness. We can't do that. That's what got us in the sin. That's what got us in all these different captivities. That's what got us in these cursed conditions we live in today. You know, broken households, broken, you know, baby mama drama, you know, Section 8, welfare, you know, homeless, you know, all these different addictions. Evil eye towards each other. That's what got us in these predictions. Go ahead. Get that
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness.
This will be our righteousness.
If we observe to do all these commandments.
If we observe to do all these commandments.
Before the Lord our God, as he had commanded us.
That's it. That's it right there. It's real basic. Let's flip back to Matthew 5. So yeah, so that's our righteousness again. You know what I'm saying? This is our righteousness. The scriptures is real plain and just real clear. It's basic. You know, that's why I say this lesson ain't gonna be that long, because I mean, it's to the point. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta do it, man. We just gotta just jump in there and start to do it. You know, you die daily. You can't just be like, okay, well. Some people are like, well, I can't keep all the commandments, so why start? Like, well, no, you got to start somewhere. You know, if you know one commandment, keep it, because that's a righteous thing. The Most High is the first one. The Heavenly Father is the only one that basically said, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not murder. You know what I'm saying? He told us all the righteous things. He told us what's good and what's bad. So why not go back? Why not go back to the original way so we cannot fall? This is our instruction manual, the Bible, Bible. That's our instruction manual, basic instruction before leaving Earth, right? So let's finish reading that. Matthew 5:10 and read verse 11.
Verse 11, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake.
Shall say all manner of evil against you falsely, but for his name's sake. Not just because, that's your, some people put themselves in their own situation where, they need to get a little talking down to. But when you're doing righteous, you keeping the commandments, you start to find out, oh, you know what? Sunday is the first day of the week. Oh, wow. So the Sabbath day is Saturday, or better yet, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, So now I'm keeping the Sabbath day because I want to be like Christ. A lot of people find out, hey, you know what? Oh, man, they say Christian is being like Christ, right? Well, I'm going to be like Christ. And all of a sudden they start saying, oh, you a hater or you evil. And, you wrong. You're mean, saying all this manner of evil against you falsely just because you loving the way the Most High told you to love. You loving the righteous way. So when you start to love right, trust me, that's how you know you on the right path. But what did the Most High say? Blessed are you. Blessed when they start saying all these things against you falsely. It's almost like when, you go out, you start, like I said, I'm going to still use the Sabbath day. You keep the Sabbath day and your grandmother and everybody cursing you out and, whoever, they just like, oh, you stupid. You into all that crap in the coat or whatever. Man, you need to just be like, oh, praises. Instead of getting mad, you know what, Mama, you talking about Grandma? No, you know what? This is why I can't stand it. Like, you're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be like, you know what? The Lord told me this was gonna happen. Yay! I'm finna be. Now I'm on board. Now I'm finna get these blessings. Now I'm stacking up crowns for me in the heavens. You know what I'm saying? So when you get there, when the Most High redo the earth and have New Jerusalem come down, and man, you're gonna be straight. I mean, we're gonna be straight anyway, but you're gonna be where you want to be. All right. So let me get verse 12 also.
Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven.
Great is your reward in heaven. He said, be exceedingly glad. All right, go ahead.
For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you.
They did them the same way. Y'all think Christ was walking around, hey, Peter and Paul, just do this and do that. Everybody would love a person like that. But if he's going around telling people what's love, what real love is, they ain't going to like him. They ain't going to want you around. Oh, you know what? He told me I looked like a prostitute. Because a lot of our sisters be dressing like prostitutes on the corner. They be wearing like whorish garments and everything like that, and then they want us to tell them they look good. And when somebody off the street say, oh, you know what, you look good, sister, dang, you looking real good. They be like, oh, see, he loved me. He showed me love. Whereas a prophet, somebody like, the disciples and the apostles back then, trying to be like Christ, we going to say, you know what, sister, that don't look good. She gonna like, what you talking about? I don't nobody tell me, everybody tell me I look good today and start cursing you out and everything. And you just saying, you know what, sister, if you just put on a nice skirt that come down to your knees, a little past your knees or whatever, you'd be so beautiful, or put on a nice dress, something like that, you would be just, then you would be beautiful. She's like, you don't know what beautiful is. I done got cursed out, boy. I was like, you know what? This is now I see what Christ and that was really talking about. I see they was pushing this love. The love is the commandments. All right. So this is why you need to know what love is, so you can learn to do right, to really love your people. You know what I'm saying? Give me verse 13 too, because that's good. That's good.
Verse 13, ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted?
See, he said, so the Most High is saying we the salt of the earth. We the seasoning. We are what make things taste good. We're supposed to make things taste good, but our people out there not keeping the laws. See what I'm saying? So it's like Christ is saying basically you lost your Savior. You lost your seasoning. It's like if salt doesn't do what salt's supposed to do, why are you gonna put it on your food? You know what I'm saying? Why are you gonna put that sea salt on there and if it's not gonna give it no flavor? You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
It is thenceforth good for nothing.
Good for nothing. Go ahead.
But to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
You see that? Now you're good for nothing. So now when a car hits you all of a sudden, hey, well, you was good for nothing according to the Most High. You know, sometimes it may be for another purpose, but it's just this fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living power, man. And y'all, man, we need to get it right because we can't just complain about our family and our people, the people that's going to be around us, that's going to be basically downing us for keeping the commandments. Go to 1 Peter 4 and 12. You know, 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12. Go ahead, you can get it when you're there.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
See? As though some strange thing happened unto you. He said, beloved, think it not strange. Think it not strange. Think it not strange. Because trust me, you're going to go through that fiery trial and things is going to happen to you. And you're going to be wondering, like, am I the only person going through this? It's like, dang, as soon as I start doing right, everybody hate me. But guess what? Everybody don't hate you. True Nation love you. If you keeping the commandments, we love you, man. Come here. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole family here that love you and then embrace you and it's gonna and show you that you're not doing nothing wrong. If you're doing something wrong, then we're gonna have to correct it. But if you keeping the commandments, man, you're gonna be loved. You're gonna be like, where was this family at? Where we were right here, waiting for you to come into the doors. That's one thing that I can say. Our brothers here, we try our best, and we got a lot of love. We got a lot of love to give to our people. You know, we just want to just do right, and you know, walk through those gates, you know, as one. You know, so finish reading that.
But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
And there it is, that exceeding joy. We're going to be happy when he come back because we're going to be like, man, we went through it. We went through it for you, Yahweh Shai. You know what? I didn't faint. I mean, I didn't give up. You know, I endured until the end. That's what you got to do. That's why when people say, are you saved? We're like, we're not saved because guess what? I can screw up any time. You know, I don't think I'm a screw up. You know, I pray that I don't screw up if you're wise. And you know what? But we got to endure to the end. This is the times of the end, but the end is not yet because Christ didn't bust out them clouds yet. You know, so we gotta keep enduring. Go ahead and read down to verse 14.
If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye.
So happy are ye. If you be reproached for the name of Christ, you should be happy. Like I said, you should be like, you know, all praises. I knew this was going to happen. I've been waiting for this to happen to me. So now I know I'm going on the right track. Like we walk opposite of the world. You know what I'm saying? The way the world go, you know, they think we're strange and we think they're strange. And the more you do this walk the right way, we become even more strange to the world because they don't know us. You know, and Christ told us this was going to happen. They're not going to hear you. They're not going to understand your speech. It's going to be like you're talking to a wall. He said, but my people, they understand. They hear. They get it. You know, but we, like the people of the world, they're not going to hear you. They're not going to get it. Some people that's in the world, they will hear and they will get it because they're supposed to be in this walk. They're supposed to be rolling with us. You know, that's why the Most High says, many are called, Because he want everybody to get it, but everybody is not going to get it. That's why it says many are called, but few are chosen. Because only few is going to actually do what they need to do. Only few is going to actually listen, you know what I'm saying, and just keep the commandments. They're going to say, you know what? Nah, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to get with the Lord when I want to get with the Lord, when I'm ready. But right now, I need to continue smoking this dope. You know, I want to make this money. I want to get at all these hookers. You know, I haven't tried. Some people want to try every nation on the earth, man. Be so lustful, so worldly, you know. And we got to break that trend because we know we can't be. All we doing is making broken families and making us look worse. And when we're supposed to be getting better in the last times. The Most High said in the last times, I'm going to pour out my truth. I'm going to pour out my truth upon my people, and they're going to start to wake up. And this is what's going on. When we start waking up, now we can't think it's strange because the world, we look strange to the world. You know what I'm saying? You got anything?
Yeah. So the brother brought out that, you know, according to the Bible, love is keeping the commandments. So I have a question. If we look at our people as a collective, so-called African Americans, Latinos, Native Americans, how well are they keeping the commandments? How well are they practicing love according to the Bible? You see that? Not that good, right? I got a precept. Let's get Psalms chapter 133 and verse 1. Because it's really important to be subscribed to the Bible because this is the solution to all of our problems, right? Bring that out.
The book of Psalms chapter 133 and verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
It's a pleasant thing in the eyes of the Most High for him to see brethren, us, the nation of Israel, to be on one accord, to dwell together in unity. Because when you look at mainly blacks and Latinos, what do you see them? Partaking in gang violence. That's called self-hatred right there. Bloods against Crips. Black gangs versus, Latino gangs. We hate each other. You see that? That is, that's not practicing what the Bible say right there. You see that? So read that again.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
See, it's a beautiful thing for the nation of Israel to be on one accord and to be on one mindset according to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Another precept. Let's get Leviticus 19, verse 17 and 18.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
We shall not hate our brothers in our heart. If we were to keep this law, would there be any gang violence in our communities, in our neighborhoods?
No.
We wouldn't experience any of that stuff, right? Continue reading.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor. We are to go out of our way to correct our brothers and our sisters. We don't just leave them in sin. We don't leave them, living lawless in this world. You see that? Continue reading.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
See, that's the thing. We shouldn't bear any grudges on our brothers and our sisters. That's called hate right there, which is the opposite of love. When you bear grudges, when you don't want that person to be successful, when you don't care about that person, when you have a strong dislike upon your brother and your sister, right? Continue reading.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
We are to love our neighbors as ourselves. You see that? Let's get rid of that self-hatred out of our communities. Okay, read.
I am the Lord.
Thus said the Most High. So that's all I want to bring out.
That was a real good point. That was on point out because that's what we need to hear. We can't be grudging. We can't be hating our brothers and stuff like that. Especially after we did Matthew 18. We took our brother to the side. We said, okay, I apologize, whatever. You may have gained your brother. At least you think you gained your brother, right? It shouldn't be no more after that. You shouldn't be having no grudges in your heart, towards your brother to try to avenge yourself somehow, in some way. And that's what happens. Some people, when they don't have that love, when they don't have correct love, a lot of brethren, they get corrected, and then they go back and start murmuring. They start being whisperers, whispering in people's ear about this person and what had transpired, which is supposed to be destroyed. Now you making your other brother, you putting all these false things in their head, and you tearing down the love. You tearing down the love. That's hate. That's Most High hate that. That's one of the things that Most High really, really hate. False lips. You know what I'm saying? That give discord to the brethren. Talks about that in Proverbs. He hate that. You know what? Read verse 14 one more time. Just finish. I don't think you read the whole thing. I'm sorry.
Verse 14. If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of God rested upon you.
That's right.
On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified.
That's what you need to be happy for. Just leave it just leave it at that. You want to be. You want to be. Let them go ahead and talk bad. They're gonna get theirs. You know what I'm saying? But on your part, he's glorified because all you got is good words coming out of your mouth. Every idle word is going to be held accountable in the day of judgment against every individual that speak falsely. So our words can really destroy us, and really it won't be nothing good. It won't be nothing good. Like the brother said when he brought out that Leviticus, 19, we got to correct our brothers. We can't be scared about doing that because that's love. If you don't do that, then you really hate your brother, like the scripture said in, what was that, 1 John, right? 1 John 4:20. We really hate our brother if we're not doing that. So you don't want to be that individual. Read verse 20, 1 John 4:20. I didn't read that.
1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother,
by not correcting them also. Because if you see your brother and he's walking, contrary towards the commandments, and you don't want to correct them, that's really hate. Because remember, the laws is love. That's how you love them. You know what I'm saying? So the opposite of love is hate. If you're not telling them what the law says, regardless if you want to hear it or not, you gotta let them know. That's part of your job. You got to stand up for the Most High in Christ, so you can be hated for His name's sake and be happy for it. Now, after you didn't told them, hey, you can let it go. You ain't got to keep on bashing them with it over and over again, but you want to show them that love because you don't want to have hatred. You don't want to have, Most High look at that as hatred. So go ahead and read that from the top again. I'm sorry.
If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
Woo! He said, you a liar. Go ahead.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he had seen, how can he love God whom he had not seen?
See? Yeah, that's real. That's real. That's real right there. Let me get Ezekiel. Because it's a judgment on that. If you don't want to, Ezekiel chapter 33, and I think it's verse 6. Yeah, you got to correct your brothers, man, And if they go around murmuring and gossiping and trying to, just give a discord amongst the other people, don't worry about it. Continue to be righteous. Continue to do your thing. The Most High gonna take care of that, And then everybody, you will have a good name. You will have a good name on you. That's how you get a good name. Just show forth good works. Once you learn the commandments, now you got to put it to work. You got to put it. You got to shoot. Let's see if you can learn it. Let's see if you can live it. You know it now. You got all this head knowledge. Now let's see if you can live it. We need to have better characters. We need to build better characters. But yes, it's a judgment on this. So we go to read verse 7.
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 7. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
So we are watchmen. We are watchmen to the house of Israel. the blacks, the Hispanics, the natives. Man, we gotta watch our people and make sure they're doing the right thing. We can't just be just letting anything happen. We're supposed to be the police for our nation. All right, go ahead.
Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me.
So we gotta warn them. We gotta warn them, family. As much as sometimes we don't want to do it because, we don't want to step on no toes. We don't make nobody feel uncomfortable. You got to warn them for the Most High, And go ahead, read verse 8.
When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou doest not speak to warn the wicked from his way.
So the Most High said the wicked going to die in their sins. But if you don't warn the wicked, if you don't give them warning and tell them what they're doing is wrong, what's going to happen?
That wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
See that? Now you guilty for what he did. You might as well have been doing what he's doing. If he was holding on the corner, you might as well have been holding on the corner. If he was doing drugs, you might as well have been doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is, whatever commandment he was breaking, all the way down to the simplest things, all the way down to the simplest things, even wearing fringes, You may see a brother that, they trying to do right and everything like that. You like, hey, you know what, brother? Throw you some fringes on so it'll help remind you of the commandments. That's what that does. Numbers 15 and 38. Read about it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to help bring you good success. It's going to set you apart. And it's going to help other holy people know who you are. You want that. You want that, So you want to you want to be set apart. You want to be holy. So we got to dress the part. We got to act the part. We got to do the part. The whole nine. Go ahead and finish reading all that.
Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it.
So now if you tell them, hey, man, what you're doing is wrong. You know what? You can't be eating what's that, shrimp, crab, and lobster, because those are bottom dwellers. It's going to mess up your body. The fishes that you should be eating in the ocean, they got scales and fins. You can't lose, So if you warn them, go ahead.
If he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity.
And that's a lot of times, Sally, what happens. I'm going to eat what I'm going to eat, whatever. I've been eating this all my life and nothing didn't happen. It's like, yeah, but you never was told. So now you're told. The Most High sent me, which I'm just a messenger, and I told you now you're going to start to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? And that's when bad things happen. You got bad blood, you get cancer and all this other stuff that's going on, and you may think you're getting away with it because you didn't fall out right then and there, but the Most High, he going to get you. The wages of sin is death. Okay? So, but if we warn them and he still do the sin, then, yeah, he's going to die one way or the other. And it's not going to be good because it's going to be eternal death. That you're playing with eternal death. Sin, that's what that brings, eternal death. You can sin for a long time, and you kind of get away because you really don't know. You don't really know no better. But when you told what's right and you still don't want to hear and listen, especially when we open the Bible, because some people will just talk off the side of their mouth, and you can kind of get away with that a little bit. But when you bring out the Bible and you show them the scriptures and you give them the precept and everything, the scripture, and they don't want to hear, they're gonna die, and then you dealing with eternal damnation. But go ahead.
But thou hast delivered thy soul.
But we delivered our soul. So, hey, we're not accountable for that sin that they committed, and that's what we want to get to. You got anything? That's okay. How long we been going?
It's 8:16 now.
Well, let's get a couple of things. Let's get a couple of more scriptures on. Let me get Isaiah 52 and 1. Let's get a couple more scriptures to throw in, and we'll get some on what it is to actually, you know what? Let me get see. Yeah, go ahead and go to Isaiah 52 and 1. We'll go through a couple of them. Yeah. So we want to put on that holy apparel. You know, we want to take off the worldly look, and we want to put on that righteous apparel from God. We want to have that. We want to be righteous spiritually, inside and out, because it matters. Like I said, you know, if I see a brother or a sister, you know, and they're in need for something, and they got fringes on, I'm so much more to trust that everything is going to be okay with dealing with that person. You know, whereas if I see them without fringes, I'm like, man, if I help them, they might try to rob me. Or it may be a setup or something, you know. So I'm telling you, dressing apart is really important. So we know, not just Most High know who you, Most High, you want Most High to know, you know, to know you right, but you also want the people to know you. You know, so let's get that in Isaiah, what did I say, 52 and 1.
Isaiah chapter 52, verse 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean.
Yeah, so the Most High is drawing a division right now. He's been shaking the tree real hard, seeing who's going to fall, who's going to stay in this truth, and who's going to fall out this truth. You know, and that's why I said this is a real high time to awake to this truth and come out the world. Come out, leave all that stuff behind. This is a high time. So the Most High said, awake, awake, put on thy strength. Put on thy strength. You know, that strength, like I said, is them holy commandments. You know, it's let's get some of that. Let's get some of that. Let's get some of the strength, right? Let's go to Numbers 15 and 38. Let's get some of the strength that we're gonna put on. Let me give you some attributes. Okay, 15 and verse 38.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So that's why I was walking around the other day. I had me a nice sweater, man, and I had some real nice. I had a gray sweater, and I had some gray fringes hanging, and I had a nice royal blue, you know, strip across. And the Latino brothers, they was like, man, it's the Issachar brothers. They was like, man, where'd you get that from? Where'd you buy that? You know what I'm saying? I was like, I bought the sweater, but it didn't come like that. They were like, you know what? I like that. You know, I wanted to get one, but I thought you bought it like that. And I'm like, no, I actually put it on there so I can remember the commandments. You know, sometimes I may get in a situation or getting ready to get into a little scuffle or something over something that, you know, it could be something that can be avoided. I'll look down at my fringes and I remember I am an example to the nation. You know, and that really helps me to just do what the Most High would do, you know. I mean, what Yahweh would do when he was walking this earth, you know. So I really kind of like, I stay focused and meditated on the right way. Just having fringes, you know, that royal blue and them fringes, it helps a lot. Again, and this is your strength. You're putting on your strength. This is how you put on your strength. Go ahead. We got something to say?
Oh, I'm just going to bring that.
Okay. All right. You can finish that.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart.
Don't seek after your own heart. That's the thing right there. Because I would normally do what I would want to do. But when I look at the fringes and look upon it, and I remember the laws, and I don't seek after my own law, after my own heart. Because man's heart is wicked. People are like, I follow my own heart. But the scriptures say your heart is wicked. Read about it. Jeremiah 17. They tell you about it. You know, your heart is wicked. Who's that? 17, yeah. But go ahead and finish reading that.
And your own eyes, after which ye used to go a-whoring.
See? There you go. You want to get a point?
Yeah, I also want to bring out because a lot of people would say that, oh, God, he's all love. God is love. But, God hate as well, too. You see that? That's the thing that people don't realize, and it's in the Bible. Let's get Romans chapter 9 and verse 13.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Jacob have I loved. You see that? Jacob is the father of the Israelites. You see that? That's what the Most High loved. Jacob, right?
But Esau have I hated.
But Esau have I hated. Who is Esau? Esau is the biblical name of the so-called white race today. They come from the lineage of Esau, right? So me, being a child of the Most High, I love what he loves, and I hate what he hates.
That's right.
If he loved, Israel, I love Israel too. Yeah. If he hate the, Esau and Edom, that whole nation, I hate them too. You see that?
He said, I want to be Christ-like. Huh?
Continue reading.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God?
Is there unrighteousness with God? Some may look at that and hear that and be like, oh, that's not fair. God, he loves this type of people, and he hates these people. That's not fair right there. Is there unrighteousness with God? Right, read.
God forbid.
God forbid. No way in hell. You see that? There is no unrighteousness with the Most High God. He is perfect, right, in all ways, right? Continue reading.
For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
The Most High will have compassion on whom he will have compassion. There's nothing we could do about that. Right?
Nothing. But all we got to do is line up so we don't get kicked out, all right? So, we got to dress set apart. Women, let's dress set apart. Let's dress holy. And let's get a little bit more on that. Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 28. And we'll start at verse 42. Because, again, it's sad because these days, man think it's okay to cross-dress, dressing up in dresses, tutus, and skirts, and I don't know what. But that's not cool. Man's supposed to wear certain things. This is where the woman's supposed to wear certain things. So let me get that Exodus 28 and verse 42.
Exodus chapter 28, verse 42, and thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness from the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach.
So yeah, we had pants. Linen breeches would be pants. Man wore pants. We didn't have them where even shorts. It comes down all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Not like the old days of the NBA when they had the little underwear boxers. Esau, they try to make us wear all kind of stuff. Man, they nasty. It's like they're born homosexuals. I'm just keep it real. That's nasty. But yeah, we're supposed to have pants. Man's supposed to have pants. We're not supposed to be dressing in tutus and skirts. All right, because we see too much of that. And these women, these basketball players dressing in skirts, dresses and stuff. Go to Deuteronomy 23 and 17. Let's go to the law on that, because we're not supposed to be homosexuals. Most High didn't make us out to be homosexuals. That's going against nature. That's going against nature. How much you gotta tell yourself that this is okay for you? I mean, man, I don't know. I don't know if I could lie to myself like that and to go out there and hold hands with another man. Oh my goodness. Oh no. I mean, dude, I know. Dude, that's wrong. That's wrong. And when you do that, you're teaching all the other kids, everybody that see you, that this is okay. But this is the world we're living in now. Everything to be accepted. You got to accept wickedness. You got to accept all this against nature. And if you don't accept it, then now you're a hater or something. You see how you see how far they're going against Christ, against the righteous way, you know, this is what we got. This is what we up against. But we got to be strong and break this chain. We got to do what's right, no matter what. So let me get that in Deuteronomy 23 and 17.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
So no whores of the daughters of Israel. We can't be dressing like a whoredom. We can't be cross-dressing. You know what I'm saying? Women can't go against nature neither. These days, women put on pants when they're supposed to be, you know, and they I mean, they really suit up with the tie, everything, you know, so they can feel more like a man, you know, and buck up. You're like, no, man, just stay in the nature that the Most High gave you. He did not make a mistake. He don't make mistakes. He's perfect. You know, people, I feel like I'm a woman. I should have been a woman. Like, I should have been a man. I mean, a woman saying I should have been a man. No, you should be what the Most High made you. He don't make mistakes, you know. Now, the way your life has been going, that's the mistake. Fix it, because that's not how you're supposed to feel, you know. But go ahead and read that.
There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
Nor a sodomite. You see what I'm saying? That's a homosexual. That's somebody that like to, you know, go through the back door. And, yeah, it's pretty nasty, you know. But that's what's going on. That's why people got their asses out. Keep it real. I mean, that's why they got their asses out. That's not good. That's not something cool, man. Then, you know, as us being Israelites, we supposed to be proper, dress proper, look proper. You know what I'm saying? Act proper. You don't have your ass out, you know. That's something like, you know, that's real loose, and that's a real effeminate spirit right there. You know, let me get that, showing you how that's wrong. And let's get the book of 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel chapter 10. Because that's a shameful act. You know, it was one of the, back in David's time, David had a servant, and the servant was going to another nation, and he was basically asking them for something, you know, and it was like supposed to have been a peaceful thing, but, you know, it was another wicked, that nation he went to, he was asking the king about something, and one of the king's servants lied on the brother, and the king basically embarrassed him, man. You know, and this is to show you that having your ass out is an embarrassment. This is not something good. So let me get 2 Samuel chapter 10. Actually, you know what? Sorry, before you go there, let me get Isaiah 20 and 4. Let me get Isaiah 20 and 4. All I see is people with their ass out, man. That's nasty, man. It's disgusting. You want to see another man with his ass out, his old funky drawers or whatever it is. I don't care if it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? If it's clean or whatever, it's still disgusting, man. Pull up your pants, Israel. Pull your pants up. That's a disgusting thing. Let me get that in Isaiah 20 and 4.
Isaiah chapter 20, verse 4. So shall the king of Assyria lead away the Egyptians prisoners, and the Ethiopians captives, young and old, naked and barefoot, even with their buttocks uncovered.
Whoa. Even with their what?
Even with their buttocks uncovered.
So this is a tradition that goes all the way back to ancient Egypt. This is where this is started. Men got their ass out with their buttocks uncovered. That's nasty, man. You know, go ahead.
To the shame of Egypt.
To the what?
To the shame of Egypt.
To the shame. Not to the coolness. Not to the, I look, you know, whatever. That's shame. You're supposed to be shameful about having your ass out. Having your butt out. I don't care how it is. And then it started back up, and these times again in prison. Because the man in prison, they would basically to show that they was down with getting sodomized. We just read how it's unlawful to be having, you know, any kind of sodomy in Israel, right? Well, to make it like they were cool with it, they would have their ass out. They would pluck their ass out. They would, put their pants down a little bit, and, and show their ass. And the other prisoners would, say, oh, okay, he's down with getting sodomized by another man. He's down with that. So they would get with him, and so really, all y'all got y'all ass out and stuff. You really showing how gay you are. You may not know. So now that you know, because I know a lot of y'all brothers ain't gay. Y'all far from gay, but you don't know what's going on. What's going on is that's a wicked act. You know what I'm saying? And it started all the way back in Egypt. It's read that last line again. So naked and barefoot, even with their buttocks uncovered, to the shame of Egypt. You see what I'm saying? So it went all the way back to Egypt, came all the way back to, of course, in America. America's wicked. You know what I'm saying? You got these, they wicked, man. That's why they got most of us in prison. The scripture says they hid our people in prison houses. That's how you know, man. Like most of our people in prison houses. They want to demasculize. They want to take out all the real men, hide them, and hopefully turn them out. You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing they see is these dudes, buttocks plocked out. They ain't seen no woman in a long time or whatever. And this guy walking around trying to look like a woman. Man, that's wicked, man. The Most High going to punish y'all for that. You know what I'm saying? So now that you know, pull your pants up. Don't have your ass out. You know what I'm saying? That's a wicked thing. So let's get that other acting that happened today when David's servant. Let's see what happened there in the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 10 and verse 4. And we also got to, let me see. We just read this in, okay, yeah, go ahead.
2 Samuel chapter 10 and verse 4. Wherefore Hanan took David's servants and shaved off the one half of their beards.
So, well, hold on. So, this is the situation that happened when they took David's servant and they was trying to put some shame on him. You see what I'm saying? So, number one, they shaved off one of his beards, one of the sides of his beard, shaved it off, because that's a powerful thing. To be manly, you have a beard. You have your beard, just like the lions have a beard. The difference is the woman lioness, they don't have no beard. So he's basically just taking his manhood right there, trying to make him soft, trying to make him nothing. You see what I'm saying? So they shaved off one half of his beard, and then did what?
And cut off their garments in the middle.
There we go. Go ahead.
Even to their buttocks.
Even to their buttocks, so their ass is showing again. Go ahead.
And sent them away.
And sent them away like that, which was a wicked thing. Now, what happened when David saw his servant? What happened when David saw his servant? Go ahead, read verse 5.
When they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed.
They were greatly ashamed. That's how we supposed to be. You got your ass out, you supposed to be ashamed about that. That's not something cool, man. That is not something cool. So go ahead.
And the king said, tarry at Jericho until your beards be growing, and then return.
So David said, you know what, man? It's such a shame. He said, you can't even come into Jerusalem. You can't even come into Jerusalem until you grow it back. Even your face, your beard, you're supposed to have a beard. You're supposed to have facial hairs. You can line it up. You can make it look good. As a matter of fact, let me get that. Let's go to let's go to Leviticus 19 and 27 and show the law first. Because all these are actually all these is how you put on. All this is putting on that power, putting on your holy strength. All right, manning up and living the way the Most High wants you to live. So let's get that Leviticus 19 and verse 27.
Leviticus 19 verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
So round is to cut off. You don't want to cut off all of your hair on your head. You don't want to cut it all off. You want to leave some. Sometimes I like to have mines low. I kind of just, came up with, I used to get off, man, I always have my hair low, and so the lowest I go is probably like a 1 and a 1.5. And when I do that on camera, I actually look like I don't have no hair, but I have hair. You got to keep some hair on your head. You don't want to take all it off. And they say you don't want to it says mar the corners of your beard. You don't want to disfigure it, where it's like you cut it all the way down and then you do some little, sharp lines. And you want to try to keep your alignment, the lining of your beard, okay? And then the precept for that is Leviticus 21:5, just to show that it's talking about baldness. Okay, Leviticus 21:5. Read that real quick.
Leviticus chapter 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
See, neither shall we shave off the corner of our beard. And some people be like, why should we not? Why we can't just be bald? Why can't we just wear our beards the way we want to wear it? Well, hey, that's the custom of the Most High. It's called laws. We gotta abide by them, and there's always reasons behind it. That was the Egyptian custom. Egyptians, the Most High didn't want us being like no other nation. He wanted us to be set apart. He didn't want us to follow nobody. But you look at it, and you think in history, you see Egyptians was always bald, and we was in Egyptian captivity. We started acting like them, dressing like them, and all that. The Most High don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we can't do it. Go ahead.
Nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
Mm-hmm. And nor we shouldn't make tattoos and stuff, cuttings in our flesh, or just to try to show how tough we are or whatever. Most High like, don't do that. You don't need to do all that.
Yeah, I got a precept.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's get Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 33.
Okay.
So in regards to, women being whores, men being homosexuals, and, brothers out there sagging their pants all the way down to their knees, to their shoes. And a lot of you guys are close friends with these individuals. Yeah. You see that? And you're not, and by you not going out of your way and correcting them, you're not loving them according to the Bible, right? Read that.
It's Jeremiah 2:33.
Con.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, and verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Why are you trimming your ways to seek love? You see that? Because that's the thing. A lot of people out there don't want to correct their friends and their close ones because they're afraid of losing that relationship. They're afraid of losing whatever benefits that they are receiving from that people, right? That person, right? Continue reading.
So why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
By you not correcting them, you're teaching them to further be wicked. You see that? You're only helping them to be whores, helping them to further be homosexuals by you not correcting them. You see that? So it's not good to trim your ways to seek love. You see that? You got to go out of your way to correct them.
So yeah, that's man, I love that precept. I love that precept. I got to make sure I remember that one. That's beautiful. Yeah, Israel. So I don't want to keep you guys too long, but you know what? Let's get one more scripture. We're gonna close it out on this. Let's go to Sirach 21 and verse 1. And you know what? Hold on. Let me get also Sirach 12 and 1. I'm gonna just throw this out here because, we talking about love, right? And doing good. Now we know love is the commandments. We know doing good is the commandments. Righteousness is his laws, right? We want to make sure, we doing it to the right person. The scripture speaks on that. Sometimes we get gun-ho and we want to just do everything for everybody. We got to be careful about that because sometimes the Most High will put an individual in a situation for, like, his punishment for that specific situation. He's living like that to make him better. He's being punished because he's been a user. He's been like, when somebody do good by him, he destroys that person that did that good by him. There's a lot of people out there that's just screwed up, and they kind of need to be in that down situation, And there's other people that's just struggling, because the wicked of the world just hate righteous, and the Jake is just struggling and just need a little help, So we want to make sure we do our part and to inquire what's going on. You don't want to just give somebody $1 or $5 and they finna go out and hurt themselves or can hurt others, So so let's get that. Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 1.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 1, when thou wilt do good, know to who thou doest it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits.
So if you're going to do good, know to whom you're going to do good to, so you can get a blessing. Because if you don't do it good to somebody that need to be, getting that, if you do it good to the wrong person, it's going to be a cursing, So you want that blessing, Read verse 2.
Do good to the godly man.
To the godly man. A godly man is somebody that keeps the commandments. A godly man is somebody that want to hear instructions. I want to be corrected. When you correct him, he ain't like, oh, F you, this and this and this. How you going to tell me? But when you correct somebody, like, oh, you know what, brother? I didn't know that. Man, thank you for telling me that. That's right there. Man, that's the first sign of a godly man. You can correct somebody, and they take that righteously. Man, that's a real good sign of a righteous man. So do good to a godly man. Go ahead.
And thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High.
So the Most High going to take care of you. Even if he can't take care of you, guess what? The Most High going to take care of you. And let's get the last scripture, Sirach. Okay, 21 and 1.
Sirach chapter 21, verse 1. My son, hast thou sinned? Do so no more, but ask pardon for thy former sins.
So, you want to do so. When you sin, don't do it no more. That's the whole key. Brothers and sisters sin, and they keep on doing the same thing. I know a brother, man, he smokes cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? He may smoke, if he could, he'd smoke the whole pack in one day, right? So I'm saying this, start to do good. If you can't stop the whole pack, smoke one less every day to the point where there's no more. And then, hey, you get to that last cigarette, you're going to have to do a lot of mind working, okay? Because you need to be doing that already, trying to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, you may want to smoke, a quarter of it. Then you smoke a half of it down to, just a quarter left or whatever, and then stop. Ease your way out. Sin no more. That's the whole thing. Don't keep doing the same thing because Satan is going to be able to just continue to mess with you. He'll be continue to put all these strongholds in your life, and you can't break free. You can't get what you want. But when you do right, hey, Satan have no more grips. That's why the scripture says, sin no more. Ask the Most High that he pardon your sins. And he will. He won't even remember it. He won't. If you could turn away from it, he'll turn away from it. But you gotta do your part. Let me get verse 2.
Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent.
Flee. Flee, flee. Because while we can now, so when the Most High come, you like, Lord, I did it. I did it. I know it was hard. I thought I couldn't even, I did it. That's that lively hope. That's what you want. You know what I'm saying? So when he come busting out them clouds, you can have that boldness, and you can be like, you know what, Lord? This is, that's the lively hope. At least there's a good chance of you getting out of here, But if you continue in your sin, that's a scary thing. Go ahead and finish that.
For if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee.
Yeah, it's gonna bite you. So if you got friends that's doing sin, you can, and they trying to do Suppose if they're trying to do right, you can talk with them and everything like that, but make that short. Don't deal with them too much, you know, because guess what? You gonna start doing the same thing they're doing. They may be smoking something, you know what I'm saying? And you know, any smoke defiles your temple. You know, any smoke it creates carbon monoxide and it destroys your temple. So you, like, you know, you destroying your temple, and man, next thing you know, the Lord is not in you anymore. You know, because the Lord dwells in our temples. You know, he lived with us. But how are we going to live in a polluted environment? You know, but so you don't wanna come too near sin. All right, go ahead.
The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men.
Man, so there you go. Let's move forward. Let's stay away from sin. Let's love correctly, and endure to the end. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.
Shalom.